Before Afrobeat, before hip life, and before all African genres, there was a sound that started it all. A sound born right here in Ghana, created by our fishermen, our drummers, our storytellers, and our people. My name is Kwekunobo, and today I will be taking you back to where it all began. This is the untold story of Highlife music. Let's begin. Our story begins in the late 1800s. Along the coast of Cape Coast, Elmina, the British had brought their military brass band trumpets, marching drums, and ballroom dance music. But Ghanaians never simply copied anything. They transformed it. They took the European rhythms and replaced them with African pulse, added our drums, our syncopation, our storytelling, our soul. And from this fusion came a new style called Adaha, the earlier form of Highlife. Adaha bands became the sound of coastal parades, chief derbies, colonial events, funerals and festivals. It was loud, bold and powerful, a true Ghanaian reinvention of foreign music. But Adaha was just one part of the story. Around the same period, Liberian cruise sailors arrived on the Fanti coast with guitars slung across their shoulders. These sailors brought a unique finger-picking technique that blended African rhythm with Caribbean influence. Local Fanti musicians began adapting this guitar style, mixing it with their own melodies and creating something warm, vibrant and soulful. That sound became known as Osibisaba, the second pillar of Highlife. But the third pillar didn't come from sailors or soldiers. It came from the people. At night, under moonlight, men gather around palm wine bars. Fishermen, farmers, travelers, and hustlers singing about love, poverty, heartbreak, struggle, and survival. With just a guitar, a shaker, and a simple percussion, they created palm wine music, raw, emotional storytelling from everyday Ghanaian life. Three worlds: Adaha brass band, Osibisaba guitar melodies, and palm wine storytelling. Three different origins, one powerful destination. Together, they would give birth to the genre we called Highlife. By the early 1920s, something new was happening in the cities. Highlife bands were now playing in elite hotels, nightclubs, and European-style ballrooms in Accra and Cape Coast. The wealthy enjoyed live music, expensive drinks, and luxurious nightlife. But outside the gates, the ordinary people stood and watched, listening to the melodies they could not afford to hear up close. They looked at the wealthy inside and said, "This is the high life they are living." And just like that, the name Highlife was born.
But the people who coined the name high-class life music or Highlife music were not the high-class people or the high-class musicians. It was the poor people who gathered outside the dancing clubs.
Highlife exploded even more around 1914 and into the 1930s. With the rise of large orchestras, bands like the Excellence Orchestra, the Jazz Kings of Accra, the Winneba Orchestra, the Ragajazbo Orchestra, the Ashanti Nkranmo Orchestra, and the famous Sugar Babies of Cape Coast brought elegance and sophistication to the genre. They used trumpet, saxophone, pianos, clarinet, and full percussion sections to blend African rhythm with Western harmony. Highlife had become Ghana's national dance music. But then came the golden era, the time when Highlife ruled West Africa, and at the center of it all stood one man, E.T. Mensah. With his Temples band, he took Highlife beyond Ghana, spreading it through Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Liberia, and Gambia. Wherever he performed, crowds screamed, danced, and celebrated. Highlife was no longer just a Ghanaian sound. it had become the sound of West Africa. Yet, Yeti Mensah wasn't alone. A new wave of legends rose to shape Highlife in their own unique ways. The Ramblers Dance Band, the CK Band, the Sweet Talks, the Nana Ampedu and his African Brothers Band, Gyasi, Yamu's Band, the City Boys Band, Oyine's Guitar Band, Okukuseku Band, Akwabwe's Guitar Band, and the Ojatana Show Band. Each one brought a new story, a new rhythm, a new style, from coastal guitar songs to Ashanti rhythms, from dance band elegance to raw palm wine emotion. Highlife became the soundtrack of Ghanaian life. Weddings, funerals, naming ceremonies, nightclubs, political rallies. Highlife was everywhere. And even as the world changed, Highlife never faded. It evolved. It gave birth to Afrobeat through the influence of Ghanaian highlife musicians in Nigeria. It shaped hip life. And later Afrobeat, the global sound dominating the world today. From Burna Boy to Sekondi, Whiskey to Black Sherif, the DNA of Highlife still flows through their music. Highlife is not just a genre. It is our history, our culture, our identity, our sound. A sound born from the coast, molded by African creativity and passed down through generations. So when you hear that sweet guitar, that rolling drum pattern, that storytelling vocal, remember this: you are not just listening to a song, you are listening to a journey, a legacy, a sound that built modern African music. This is Highlife, the heartbeat of Ghana, the mother of our sound, and the foundation of African music as we know it today. If you are new on this channel, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. See you in the next episode. Peace.
I dey with you, Papa. All for you, all for you, it all for you.